Slightly different.
At least he's used to the IGLing style.
Slightly different roles, and also you've got the idea that Ruxic wasn't playing either, but nonetheless, he might be a little bit more comfortable, very proactive.
Chamber Sentinel, then you're obviously not going to double up. Benji can fill it as he likes. Already going to catch Kalasha. And now it's on comeback to hold his ground. Does phenomenal with 20 HP. Still able to take another down. That's Filu in the dirt. And Cloric and Ruxic left to pick up those pieces.
To try and get into that post plant, and now the entire force of this defensive side are already here. They know exactly where Ruxic is, and he's not going to be able to escape. It's Cloric, debut in Tier 1, debut in EMEA, and he's not going to have a 1v3 clutch.
For Heretics here in the pistol round, a 1-0 start.
Exactly what they're going for. Just pushing it straight through, trying to completely disrupt everything that's going on. And off the back of it,
well done.
Woot and Comeback just obliterate everybody that walks into their path. A perfect setup and an in-zone flawless to boot. That was perfection from Heretics. It's just whether or not Comeback can get here in time. The cross is everything and just the wrong angle held. Comeback also now on the scene. This was meant to be a quick play and plant. Instead, they are witnessing everybody on the Heretic side, and after a couple of rounds lost, it's an in-zone flawless to get them back on the board.
But it's a Tiger in response. I think Heretics are gearing up to push them straight down, and indeed they will. You can see Woot running it down, and Filu's caught in the open. Up goes the wall, isolating any form of response, but a gap, and Heroes double, triple! In fact, has completely turned the tables back into the favor of NAVI. They're in a 3v2, damage done to Boo as well.
Gonna try and get there before he even realizes, but he's got the wrong idea. He's got the wrong idea, looks to check, and eventually will get there with the judge. Ruxic not realizing how close behind his opponent was.
The other side of that Cosmic Divide as well. Now as they start to close in the distance, the danger though is up close. Cloric is gonna knife through the wall! That's Woot down! It's second of the round, and he even escapes. Time ticking here as the defuse needs to be sought, but Cloric's the last man standing. Oh, wasting no time. Our team Heretics already sending Woot into the mix, and he'll find one before falling. Oh, he's lucky he has that smoke to hide in. But they're still waiting on the headshot angle. 3 of them all over the place. In fact, there's still some players holding on to hope that they can hold Church. Benji goes down in the 1-for-1 trade, but Rian's and Comeback quickly turn the odds massively into their favor. Hero, though, brings it to a 1v1. The Grabwell will buy time and run that clock so low it looks like a formality for Boo, and it will be. Run this clock all the way down, but Comeback stands his ground and pays the price. Now the defuse out of position. Boo almost forced to sprint it down, and they're just sticking it under his nose, but Boo gets there in time, forces the fight, and comes out victorious. And this could be the play for the game. If Heretics win this, they can roll through the rest, but instead, they're put to bed. Whoa, they were! For a moment, at least an advantage for NAVI, but Benji has stolen that back. Yeah, they're gonna fight through this. Ult sent through by Benji, and it's over towards the pit, where Ruxic flies under the radar. Again, onto the IGL. 14-7 is Boo, but this one, a bridge too far. NAVI block off 12 from Heretics.
Even the stuns coming in, and actually a Hunter's Fury just to try and cement the round is gonna do a lot of damage. And why I think it's done just that. One man standing, Boo in another clutch. His clutch percentage is dropping from the earlier rounds. Heretics have been that little bit slower to give them space. This is a big risk though if they are to go for it. Well, that's the info they want. Can he escape? No.
2 players still on site though. Strength in the scars of that A main fight for NAVI. 3 close by. They will take Woot, but where are the rest of the squad? Where is Heretics? That's the question NAVI have to answer. Play the retake together. Drone going out on A. Still 3 players there. This man is all alone, but not afraid to take the risk, and that's why. A shot fired, and he's out before the echo fades, and now there's no risk needed. Advantage for NAVI. All they have to do is retake.
He's just a little bit more wary of maybe someone coming in from behind. It's the quick dash in, but already 2 quick kills coming up. Rians and Comeback combining. The end of this map looking ever more likely, and a lot of it will be on Cloric, because Filu's still playing with that operator, and he's gone down as well. It's the cleanup from Rians. Heretics maybe took a little bit more than we were expecting, but Mitch, they got the job done.
Yeah, sailing through some bad weather before that hull is finished for NAVI. The loss here to a NAVI that's, well, coming in with missing pieces. Already an opening duel for NAVI, but there's an immediate response. Rooksik hiding in the corner, trades it back. They're not going door. They're looking to push through what is now a cove, and the spams actually work out in favor of NAVI. They've got an advantage now, and back to the safety of the door, hopefully with the spike.
They haven't cleared everything over towards A. There's a lot of angles that could be a problem. So they reposition. They take a new angle. It's a little bit risky, but it has worked out. The IGL battle goes in the direction of Gloric, and then there is Rooksik to close out. The trap play of Heretics didn't work as well as they'd liked, and NAVI have got a pistol.
And a plant found with a snake in the grass of Hero. If he goes down, that rifle can be retrieved, and they've got a much better chance, but the timing here seems perfect. Clean as can be from Hero, no notes whatsoever. Oh my.
First was a warm-up.
Great stun, slows them up in heaven, and waiting his turn is Filu. The shot doesn't land this time, but Hero from down below. The Viper in the pit, but he falls, and so too does Kalosha. Both players here so low, but the time even lower. Gloric stepped up to the plate a little early, and he's been hit home with Heretics 2-2. NAVI still have a lot to play against, and this guy can't get hit with utility. Dodged everything! Boom! With 3 on the board! The round surely theirs, and they sent everything at him, but nothing stuck. That is ridiculous. Smoke up for the one-way, and they know at this point that NAVI want to fight. Gloric showing some teeth here. Already got himself a double, a third on offer, but Woot shuts him down. Still, the number's in their favor, and now the number is the HP. 7 on Boo, but an off shot to finish him. NAVI finally getting some success.
A much bigger advantage than prior, and a lot of gaps. Hero looking like he's about to be rounded on, and in fact, it's come back with everything. The quick switch working, only one left to be found, but Gloric is that one. He's going against everybody. A chance for a clutch of the ages. A 1 versus 5. Benji's gonna swing him, and Gloric on his debut is gonna pull off the ace clutch. That is madness.
The first bullet, all he needed. Gloric to do it again. Should be impossible. The ult sent through, it finds one. He doesn't have that info on the second player.
Chance to do it again. The last one seemed impossible. This one seems all the more likely, but he doesn't know where Boo is. It's the clutch versus the clutch, the IGL versus the IGL, and he will do it again. 9 kills in 2 rounds. Rooksik about to come under pressure with a nasty position and an easy double. Let's not forget what Rooksik can do. 3 kills in a blink of an eye, and now comeback. He's had a great couple of rounds, but it is not going to be enough. NAVI are going to go in with an attack side lead after hero play after hero play.
And make them burn some util at the start. Gloric's the man leading the charge. He's running in, he's taking down comeback. The wall bang, good for 1. And round he goes, still jumping into the angle. Still putting his life on the line. As now Boo has to round that corner quickly. The defuse underway, and Hero's third locks it in. And look at the bait, 10 seconds. What are you gonna do, Riens? 7 seconds. We gotta stick it eventually, and he's got time. That's gonna be down to the pixel, but he's got it. That is ridiculous, okay.
Of their level, Riens, he feels like he needs to push through, and well, you know what? He's gonna land the shot immediately. A Red Bull clutch that I think is going to sting for NAVI. That is definitely an error from Kalosha.
Back and forth, it's like a yo-yo on the attack side. They're in, they're out. All they're short of is shaking it all about, but in fact, they've taken down 3. They were waiting for NAVI to get overzealous, waiting for them to step into this arena, and Heretics dominate every fight there.
It's all gone.
Now we've got problems. The side under threat, big swing from Wood, and he connects to. Wonderful work. That just, well.
Oh, okay. It looked like he was switching guns.
I was gonna say it just keeps going for good old Heretics. But yeah, nice shot by Filu. The full shield saving him off that outlaw shot, but to little avail, really. 10-9. Big play of the week would be stolen if not.
No chance of that. Wook made that one look easy, but the second Kalosha is down without series so far. The Ukrainian yet to find his legs, but well, there's at least one. A second as well. Maybe this is the moment for the young star to step up to the plate. The tap of the spike will bait him in, and that's him gone. With Filu low, this definitely isn't a done deal. The TP up gives a surprising position, but the bullets are gone somehow. Boo is still alive. Missed shot far more likely if he's the second one.
10 seconds left.
Has to just commit this right now, but of course, he expects them to be on site, ready to pounce. And the Navi of old maybe wouldn't have capitalized in the same way, but this one certainly does. B-site flash through as they look to battle. Heretics are falling to pieces. Every fight lost.
They're going in the other direction. Rooksik's going to have to do everything. Here it is. He's still watching, still honed in. There was a gap, but unfortunately, Benji wasn't able to find it, and that leaves comeback. Well, we've seen 1v5. He was the guy that put them down to 1. He needs to now do everything, and it's not going to happen. An in-zone flawless to close NAVI.
As we get 3 players pushing into Lambs, but the stun is perfect. The shot's not so much. Benji Fishy returns a double, keeps them ahead, and the trades working wonders for the side of Heretics. And they just need to bide their time. It's death by 1,000 cuts as Boo lands the final blow. For a peek, or knowing that map control will be denied. And that's almost good enough. Sure, comeback goes down, but how do you get this diffuse across the line? I'm gonna smoke bloomed. That judge can step on in. Confirm there's no diffuse, and the shots are missed! Oh, Chloric saves the day yet again! That round should have been Heretics all over. But this guy, miracle after miracle in this series. And already the Gravwell's buying him more time, but Chloric's been clinical on these angles, and with the wide swing, hold on, Boo isolates one and steps back in for the next. A 3K, a Red Bull clutch, and another round for Boo. They do close the distance, and with Woot hot on their heels, there's danger around the corner, and it's coming full speed ahead for Woot. And up in his hands now with the tour de force as well. It's a difficult round brewing for Navi. They have to fight their way back into the site.
Committed.
Toxins going up.
Orbital strike. Boost now found another, his third of the round. He might just see the scope, but he needs to get everything in a second. There's one, there's two, the third will be seen. Heroes with a chance, but he needs to get this diffusal, and the time is far too far gone. He might get every single kill, but he will not survive.
He's clearing out a lot of space for them. At least he knows his back is secure, can stare forward, but at what? They've already pulled the advantage into 2, and yes, Feely responds with it. No, they're okay! I'm starting to believe now.
Blank.
Could find an easy kill onto Boo, but Boo is locked in on that position. But Chloric wins it anyways! Again, a near impossible round, but they've done it! Filu landing 4 beautiful shots. That's all he had to work with was 4, and every single one found its mark. That is beautiful from Navi.
Well, luckily for them, Woot has been on form. Hero. Well placed! Fair play.
Down B.
Again, just ripping heads off like it's no man's business. They're going to try and get the block in, and no, it's not worked. Not quite. Not going to be able to get it to half. That has bought enough time, and now Woot could go diving in. He's been taken out as well, but that clock, it might be ticking too far. It's going to be incredibly close if they get this over the line in half a second. It was just enough for them to secure the round.
Oh no, the shot doesn't land. The second does though, the slow, making it a bit easier. The headhunter finds only the body. Then Kalasha, well, he shows you how it's done. A 7th round for Navi. A team that was 5-2 down. I'm getting deja vu to Lotus. Rejoin the pack and look to take this site. Heretics have been in a 3-man death ball, moving back and forth. Finally, they get the fight. Shots returned, but landed into Wu. Good slide in. Trades coming the way of Navi. And it's all thanks to Ruksik.
Now just going to try and sit within the smoke. Half is what they're looking for, and half is what they found. Trying to bait them in for a little bit more, but it is all Ruksik. An ace to claim the second pistol.
But now they're going to break through. Flash doesn't catch him. He holds that right side. They know the push is coming towards the site, so Benji is more than ready for that fight. Comeback steps in to help out, and getting out's a problem. Ruxic on the pistols found more, and not like this. Returning the favor of the previous round, it's Rien's alone, a rifle in hand, but his opponents have just the same. But all they had to do was walk through, and they would be neck and neck. But now Rien's has to make the clutch happen. Molly sent over, nice and early. He's gonna let him get into half, but the time so low. That half could save it. It's gonna put. Oh, Sharon! Why is he swinging? He had it. But now they're playing up close and personal, looking to lure these players in. But Benji, he didn't know how close they'd gotten. Now the pressure on for Wu to deliver, and he does. The surprise factor ends up getting them some, and now they trade places.
Third kill of the round already. Gonna be looking for a little bit more, looking for his opponent, and finding once again only one man left. The well comeback will seal the deal.
To try to trade his teammate, and in the end, it's gone badly wrong. The side caught by Filu. Unbelievable shot. And Boo, as good as he's been in the clutches, remember he's up against Chloric. Boo will sit patiently waiting for his opportunity, but Filu lands the shot anyways. In goes Kalasha, and he's got two! Kalasha's on the server, baby! Turns up in the final hour.
Planted.
Up close, Phantom in hand, Wall blocks his teammate off, he finds one still, but he can't get out of here. Orbital strike gonna be sent in, and Filu lands the shot.
It's been popped intentionally over on towards that B site. Trying to give the game away, and it does! The swing in from Rien's.
Time ticking here, pressure on for Heretics. They close in the distance, but Filu hits it a second time. Wu can't get away with anything! And a fourth for Filu! 13-9! Even with borrowed hands, NAVI hold the line and stay afloat in this series. 2-1